Rootstock Infrastructure Framework. Most traders read this chart wrong. One level decides it, trust or trap, not investment advice. Rootstock Infrastructure Framework, 4-hour chart. It already swung up 50.8% inside this window, and most people are reading it wrong. So is this a move you can trust or a trap? One level decides it, and it is already on this chart. This window has a high and a low. One number between them matters more than both. Rootstock Infrastructure Framework opened the week around 0.07. From there, it rallied up 50.8% to the high near 0.1. Then a pullback carved out the low near 0.06. And here is that number. It is holding 59% of that range. Buyers still own the upper half. But charts do not move on their own. Look at what just happened here. This is not a random candle. Something changed underneath. The move is unusually one-sided for this window. That is a structural change. How unusual? Put it next to Bitcoin. Same window, side by side. Bitcoin did down 3.4%. Rootstock Infrastructure Framework did up 24.8%. That is a 28.2-point gap. Strength against the benchmark is information. Now the structure underneath. Zoom out first. The weekly decides whether any of this matters. On the weekly, the higher time frame is up. Zooming into the daily, the 6-month trend is up. Down on the 7-day chart, price keeps bouncing between the same floor and ceiling. So every time frame points the same way. The uptrend is aligned. Direction we have, now the levels that actually matter. Here is the catch. There is no clean impulse to retrace. This is a range, so Fibonacci would just be lines floating in the noise. The levels that actually matter are the edges of the range. Resistance on top, support underneath. A close beyond either one is what actually decides it. We know where, but is there fuel, momentum? The RSI on the 4-hour candles. It sits near 46, in neutral territory mid-range. Plenty of fuel left in either direction. The slope matters. Falling RSI confirms sellers. 50 is the line between up and down. One gauge can fool you, second opinion. That is where the MACD comes in. The histogram is negative, and it just crossed down. Fresh bearish momentum. Falling red bars mean momentum is bleeding out. When both agree, the signal is stronger. Every piece is on the table. So how does this actually play out? 3 ways this resolves. Bull case, it holds the base and presses through 0.1. Base case, it chops inside the range while the market makes up its mind. Bear case, it loses 0.05. Below that, the setup is invalid, no excuses. Which one is it? Back to the question. So trust or trap? On the week, Rootstock Infrastructure Framework closed up 24.8%. The signals are split half strength, half trap. A wait and watch, not a chase. That is the read. Drop a coin for the next one. That is the week. A fresh board and a new name on top are coming. Subscribe so you do not miss which one.